Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a random episode of Laker Tea-Vee. With me today, I have
Michael Mongera.
Gabrielle Harold.
Joe Mercyhurst.
And the celebrity world hasn't really been that active lately. There's not much drama, so there's not really a lot we can speak about when it comes to the celebrity world. But we do have some juicy topics that we will be speaking and discussing. But to start off, we are starting off with a celebrity, which is Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber announced that his wife, Hailey Baldwin, was pregnant with their first child. He first posted a photo of his sonogram. Though many were suspicious that it was a stock photo, Bieber, however, doubled down. He then posted photos of Baldwin getting examined at what appeared to be the OBGYN's office. If you thought it was April Fool's, Bieber said, affirming his wife's pregnancy. So what did you guys see the picture?
I did.
I didn't happen to see it as of maybe 5 minutes ago.
I believed it. As soon as I saw it, I believed it, and I was like very happy for them. I've always been a fan of Justin Bieber, aside apart from all his drama with Selena and all this stuff. Like, I've always been a fan of his, so I was so happy to see him actually being a dad.
And like as you said, like the photos, they look realistic, but like upon like a second examination, like did it have a caption at all, or was it just captionless?
No, it said if you thought it was April Fool's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all it said. That's why I believed them. Alright, so I guess it's.
Well, that's
not
why I
right.
didn't believe it. Because I was
Really?
like, he's talking about April Fools. Many people do that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
a
I was
lot of
just
people
like-
do that, and a lot of celebrities did actually do that. But Justin Bieber was the only one that actually got attacked for it. I don't know why, because many celebrities did it. Why do
Yeah,
you
I
think
saw
he
Louis
got
Collins
attacked?
did it too, and like nobody cared. But then as soon as he did it, it was like serious backlash on
Well,
Twitter.
how
Like
serious were
Justin-
the other pictures?
They were pretty serious.
Yeah,
like
it was
Lily
the
Collins
song, yeah.
was literally just like her with like being like.
I know Persuasion from the Bad Girls Club also did it, and it was just like they had a lot of like backlash. But I mean, I can understand where people actually get offended by it because there's actually people that can't get pregnant, so it's like nothing
Right.
to joke about. But Bieber eventually did post another picture, and this time he posted a sonogram with a puppy, and he
Yeah.
quoted, "Wait, oh my God, is that an April Fool's?"
He's so corny.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, to them it's funny. I understand where they're coming from, but I also do understand where the backlash is coming from.
I agree
Yeah.
with you. Like some people obviously take it very seriously and they want to have that privilege to conceive life, but on the other hand, some people just don't have that. And while to some, like it doesn't matter, some people
Yeah.
don't take it as seriously. Of course, like when you do a joke on the public, some people are going to get offended.
Yeah.
But I think what makes this one like special, what sets it apart from the others, is that it is a serious issue that some people struggle with.
Yeah, and then I've always said someone's gonna get offended by a joke. There's
Yeah.
always gonna
Yeah.
be someone. It could be
Well,
the
I-
smallest joke ever.
I
someone
just
could
don't
get
think it's
offended.
something to publicly joke about. That's something you
Yeah.
can joke about between like you and your spouse, whatever. But like,
Especially when you have that big of a platform.
yeah.
Like leading up to
Yeah.
April Fool's Day, I kept seeing tweets that were like things not to joke about, and it was like I feel like celebrities are gonna do this, and then there's gonna be backlash. It's like
But it's April Fool's, guys. Come
Yeah.
on.
I didn't do any.
Everyone,
Fools.
he has millions of followers. Someone's about to get
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's nothing
offended.
he can like.
Actually do for people
Yeah.
not to get offended.
Yeah.
It's like
The believers are probably losing it. Like,
that could have been believers.
remember that?
Oh my God. Anyways, Michael, do you want to start off with our next topic?
Yes, I do. All right, so when do idols become obsession?
Why y'all looking at me? I mean, Harry
It's taking
Styles
like
isn't
a post
my
from
phone
like our
background
group
or
chat.
anything.
We spoke about this in the group chat. Someone has something very nice to say.
I
Will you
mean-
say it to the public?
I mean, this is a public announcement. If Harry Styles wants to hit me with a truck, I'd be grateful to accept it. I do think that I struggle with obsession. I'm not even gonna lie.
See, but when does it become an obsession? I feel like, I don't think that's an obsession.
Okay, well, me in middle school.
That's
Okay.
not an obsession, taking your life
do
for
you
someone.
really mean that?
Well,
Yeah.
me in
Yeah.
middle
Okay, she
school.
doesn't mean
That's not
Do
an
you mean that?
obsession.
I mean, like, if Harry Styles wanted to hit me with a truck, like, I'd say yes.
No, what? Wait, you're being serious?
I mean, like, yeah.
That's
Okay,
not
she-
obsession.
She's obsessed. Okay, what
Like,
happened in middle
okay,
school?
so middle school, I used to have, like, like One Direction bed sheets. It was like my walls were covered. Like I was one of those girls.
One of those.
Jesus.
I mean, I did grow out of it. But I mean,
You
like,
stayed with one
Kinda.
right, instead of four.
yes, kind of. I don't know. I just like Harry Styles. What can I say?
You don't like him.
You
You're
would
obsessed with-
sacrifice yourself for him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. And see, like, I do find obsessed, but I feel like when you're bound to do anything like that, then yeah, it's an obsession. That's when it becomes an obsession.
From more of an idol perspective, like I've experienced that with frontwoman of Florence and the Machine, like Florence Welsh. I modeled like a lot of my style after her. I got deeper into poetry because of her, and I read up a lot about her and sort of like mimicked some of her like mannerisms. But then when I started to become more confident in myself, I'm like, why am I modeling myself after this person I don't really know?
Yeah, but that's more of inspiration.
Yeah.
I see that more as like,
Or like an
inspiration
influence.
thing. Yeah.
Well, that
not
like
a-
can't that be an idol too?
But maybe it's not, well, I don't know your story, but maybe what she showed you, quote unquote, showed you, maybe that was always you. It's just that she brought it out of you. Because I know,
That's fair.
like The Weeknd, like his fashion sense is very close to mine in some cases, but I've never seen like, oh, I'm just like this because of The Weeknd. Like he loves roses, he loves jean jackets, he loves the color black, like he loves all of that, and I love all of that. But I've never seen it as like, oh, I'm doing it because The Weeknd is doing it.
Now, if I were to speak in an English accent, would it be idolization
Oh,
or
that's
obsession?
Kind of getting
Yeah,
crazy.
that's not obsession. That's
now
crazy.
you sound like 7th grade me.
I wouldn't do it in public. I would just,
Yeah, right.
I'm doing myself this whole. No, I wouldn't do it in public. It just like say if I was just like,
Standing in front of his mirror.
hi.
What about you, Gabby? What do you think? Like, when do you think an idol becomes an obsession?
Jill.
So Joe's line. So here's the answer.
It was like birthday cakes were like.
Oh my God,
was
no.
intense.
I was
See,
never
that's-
like that way at all. I never had like that with anything.
Yeah, I've never, like, growing up, I never had like an obsession towards like a celebrity until The Weeknd came out of nowhere. But I don't see it as an obsession. Like, I just see it as like.
See, I've always been like this. It started
just like
off
her.
with Taylor Lautner in like 4th grade, and then One Direction came around. Never grew out
What
of that
year
one.
did One Direction start?
never looked
2010, they got together.
She knows.
Oh yeah. she definitely
July
knows.
25th at 8 p.m.
Oh my God.
I actually don't know if that's the right date.
Oh, I'm about to say that's funny though.
Yeah, that's obsession.
Somewhere 8 p.m. I know that.
Don't worry, I used to memorize.
Summer AP.
I used to memorize the dates of some singles before it was released, so I feel you, girl.
Oh.
But then I got friends.
See, it was for me. It was like all my friends were like me too.
Oh, so it's a group thing.
It got even stronger.
Cult.
Did you guys just like sit around in a circle, like in PJs, and just
Put
talk about
Harry
Harry
Styles
Styles?
poster in
lit
the
a
middle.
candle,
Right.
They
just
have
like
candles all
just
over.
associate, like-
Listen to what she just said. Listen to what she just said.
We made a shrine.
Okay, that's cult behavior. Did you have like a candle and just go like, say everything backwards?
I
Like,
really can't
Do
even
you-
say that we did it.
Do you, what if he sees this? Like,
Harry Styles is gonna watch this.
he's gonna hit you with the truck too. Anyways,
Hopefully.
no, no.
what if they get Harry Styles for
a lot better.
Fest?
They wouldn't, because
much
that just
money.
wouldn't happen. But if they did, I
No.
think I'd lose my whole mind.
You're halfway there, hon.
Yeah, you're kind of halfway. Not even. I think she's like 75% there.
Okay, whatever. Let's
So
move
here's
on.
the answer.
Let's move on.
It's like the world clock about to strike midnight. Anyway.
Next question. Should your best friend's enemy become your enemy?
Yes,
No.
I say yes.
I say no.
Well, I don't know. I mean, for me, I wouldn't want my best friend to like think that my enemy is their enemy. I'd be like, you can like, if they didn't do you dirty, like you're fine, just do whatever you want. But like for me, if my best friend is like, we don't like her, I'd be like, okay, you're right.
We don't like her. Like, we don't like her.
I feel like the certain like predisposition towards that person like influences a lot. Because like you have influence from your friend and you know more about the situation, and like obviously like I respect and understand that. But I've been in a situation where I've had like two friends that stopped talking to each other, actually like a few times, and
Yeah,
like you're
but
in this.
To correct you, this is best friend. Like, this is the closest
Oh,
person
yeah.
you have to. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like, sorry if I wasn't clear. Yes, like a few separate best friends that have been in situations like this where I've known the person they aren't cool with, but I've already forged like my own relationship with that. It can be tiring because like to keep their name out of the conversation, but at the same time you don't want to hide anything. And of course, like I would never like badmouth my best friends. I sort of became a mediator in a sense, just like listening to their sides of the story, but just keeping like making sure I didn't become biased to either of them.
Biased to either of them, as in biased to your best friend and the person they don't like.
Yeah, like their
See,
opinions of each
I
other.
don't think there should be a line there. There shouldn't even be a line there. Like if you're my best friend, like I'm gonna put myself in the position of the best friend. If you're my best friend and you're speaking to that person that's quote unquote my enemy, then there's no friendship here. And I say that because that one person that's the enemy is always gonna be speaking bad about your best friend. And even if they're not speaking bad about them in your presence, they're still speaking bad about them somewhere. So if you're speaking bad about me and like my best friend is like your friend, like I wouldn't hang out around you because there was a part where you spoke bad about my best friend.
Right.
And at that point I would just start defending.
Yeah, I feel like you can't really be like best friends.
Yeah,
if you're
that's
also
what I'm
like canoodling with
saying.
people who say bad
That's what I was
things
trying to
about
correct him. Like it has to be like I'm speaking about best friend, like sister, brother type thing. Like no, like there's gonna be no line towards even if you didn't even know the person. Like no, like I'm not gonna. For example, if my best friend has some issues with someone named I don't even know Brittany. I'm not gonna be speaking to Brittany like as a friend. I'm sorry, like I'm gonna take my best friend's side. There's no line there. Well, there's a line
yes, there
that
can
you
be
shouldn't
because
cross.
it depends on the severity of the situation. It could be something very petty, or if it's very grave. If it's something very serious, then
Well, it's enemy. Enemy is a strong word.
Well,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know that person spoke bad about your best friend. And I feel like for me, it's fake to hang out with that
Yeah,
friend,
I
that
agree.
person that you know obviously spoke bad about your best friend. That's right then and there. That's already like, don't come to my face.
But I feel like I wouldn't like it if my best friend was like, don't hang out with them. Like I
No, but
don't
no,
like-
yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. Like, I'm trying to say, like, it's not. What did your best friend like? How do you say it? Like, I'm not saying that your best friend is telling you not to hang out with the person. I'm speaking about your respect
Yeah,
towards
that's
that.
what I mean.
Yeah. So like, when it comes to that, then I would respect that, and I'll be like, well, I would. It's hard. It's a hard situation.
Yeah, because
It's
like, you
just
don't
like.
want to be them to be like controlling
Exactly,
your life,
but
then
I
at the
don't
same
think
time-
But that's the thing.
It's kind of what happens.
That's
Yeah.
not, but not always. That's not. I don't think that's a true. Damn it! It's a hard thing because I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's like, in this thing, I'm speaking more about respect. It's more about respect type thing, because if your best friend respects you, I don't think there would be like, don't speak like
Yeah.
But
like, I guess I was tapping into like a lighter severity of the situation. Like if it's like, as you reiterated, like enemy, like yes, I feel like I would have a
strong word
bias.
because enemy has to be something very serious. For somebody to be someone's enemy, it has to be serious. You know.
I get that side, but then like I think about myself and like recently with other people, and it's like the person that you hang out with the most, and then you have like the group of friends and the person you hang out with the most, right? And then like this girl is like, something happens, like I'm done with them, I'm not hanging out with them anymore, like I'm just done. And then like I would try to explain, like, you realize you disown these
See?
people and I keep hanging out with you, they're just
Exactly.
gonna automatically stop talking to me too. So
Okay.
I feel like
I
It depends
understand.
on the
I
situation.
understand that part. When it comes to a group of people, then that's
not
that's
necessarily
way,
even just like a group. Like if you have like 3 people and like that person that you're closest to says I'm done with the other person,
Yeah.
I feel like I automatically just lose that friend too, just because.
That's
just
yeah.
because.
That's what we're trying to like. Because the question could go many ways.
Yeah.
Because she just said another perspective. I said another one. Michael said another one. You just said another one. When it comes to your perspective, if you're already friends with that other person, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because it's like, but you're obviously going to be closer to one person than the other. But when that person was also like your close friend, it's like, what do you do? Like
Right.
that's a hard
It's
situation.
even worse when you're like friends with two people, like best friends with two people, and then they date, and then they break up and like hate each other, and then it's like, this happened to me. I was like, what do you do?
I don't know. When it comes to that, I'll just stay
that
out
was
of
a
it.
struggle.
Yeah, but going back to your thing, it's like it's more difficult when the actual person was a close friend of yours as well. So the answer it may vary.
It may vary.
From my perspective, I'm seeing it as in like somebody did my best friend wrong and did me wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
That's where I see it from.
All right.
When is it okay to give your bae a key to your house?
Depending the age. I think depending the age.
I think it can go down towards like, how do I explain this? So I want to go first. Let me like.
I think
calculate
that
my
this
thoughts.
is like scary because then I start thinking of like you hear stories of like people dating and then the one person ends up being like really crazy and manipulative and
Or obsessive
using
over
them.
himself.
That's-
Like what if that happens and now they have a key to your house?
But it's like that's your like intelligence. Like you're
Right,
not.
you gotta
should
put-
you should already know the person.
Yeah.
You gotta
to
put.
give them that key.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, well, I guess what I was trying to get at is like you have to put in that time to have gotten to know the
Exactly,
person
like,
before
I'm
you're gonna let them in that
I'm not gonna
close.
give like just a random person
Yeah.
I've been dating for 2 months a key. Like
Yeah.
no.
Like my mind immediately went to, so there's this Shane Dawson video where he's talking about this relationship between these two people, and they were like, he was really like manipulating her and getting into her head and making it seem like they were like super, super close.
Is that Brittany Louise Taylor?
Yes.
I
started, my
I
mind went.
remember that from like I used to watch like the super old ones. Sorry to get off topic, but I was just like, her.
No, my mind immediately went to there because it's like he like really manipulated her and made her think like he was a good guy, and then he got way too involved in her life and bad things happened. So I don't know. Sometimes things could be scary.
But
So-
like,
Yeah, so going back to like the original question, when do you think it's time to give? Because I'm not asking like if it's okay. I'm saying like when do you think it's right to give that key?
when you, I thought you had something.
I mean, like personally speaking, I'm too young to have an apartment. Like
Yeah,
as
that's
of
what
now.
I'm saying. I think it
but
depends
like,
on the age. But
I
if you
feel
had
like
one,
you need to. If I saw that I had a for sure future with this person, that we could like, you know,
Yeah.
possibly get married one day and have that solid like future, then like personally coming
Okay.
from me, that's when I would say
so let's spill the tea here.
what.
If you had your own apartment, would you give your boyfriend a key right like today?
Absolutely.
Oh my god. You stay
See,
making me
that's goals.
emotional.
Like we're all single here, surprise.
I
Right.
love
She'll give you the
you.
key. The key's coming. She just needs to get the apartment first. But I don't know. I think it just depends on the not the connection, but like as you say, like if you see yourself like having a future with that person. Because I was thinking like maybe a year is okay, but it's just like would I last a whole year alone in my apartment like without giving my partner a key?
Well, that's the thing. I don't feel like you have to put like a certain cap of time on it. I think it's just about how you understand like the person and the level of trust you've built. And granted, like you could be manipulated and you still could be unsure, and that's fine. You still just have to take the time.
So would you be offended if you ask your boyfriend for a key and he says no?
No, because he's probably feeling that the
Okay.
same way too.
All right. I mean, I would be offended.
I mean,
I'll be like,
I feel like it
alright.
depends
There
on
has
how
to be
long
a
you've been
reason,
together.
like,
it's been like
That's what I'm
years.
trying to say.
Yeah.
Like,
If it's years, then like I would probably be like, I'd be off put.
but it's just
like,
like,
don't you understand me? or not?
okay, then from my intelligence, like I'm not gonna ask the guy for a key like 2 months in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if it's a year and you have your own apartment and I'm always in your apartment, and I ask you for a key and you say no, there's a reason you're saying no.
Yeah.
So then that will come to in my perspective, that will come to my next question. What is it? What's the reason why you're not giving me a key? Like, you know, then
Because
that's
then
the
it
whole
feels like
thing.
there's a lack of
Exactly.
trust.
Now there's the whole thing. That's what I'm trying to ask you. Like, would you feel offended if like you've been together for like 2 years and you ask for a key and he's like no, and then you just said that if they say no, then there's like an unsure like. Wouldn't you feel offended? Like
Yeah.
the person has an unsure feeling for me,
Yeah.
and we've been together for 2 years. Like, there's a problem there.
I feel like, yeah, that sucks, but it's like, I feel like I would only be offended if they were like promising you things, and then like all of a sudden, if they said no, they would kind of be going back on their word.
I mean, if he had a valid reason, like a valid reason, then I'll respect that. But if it's 2 years, and it's like,
I kind of feel like
I'm always in your apartment either way.
the right time to ask would be if you would give them a key.
Yes,
It's like if I trust you to give a key, you better trust me.
But then they're on the side of the question we're trying to
Oh
answer.
goodness.
Yeah. But I guess like where I was
very.
I guess like where I was getting at, it's like I'd be offended if you didn't believe that we could work through like your resignation.
That's what I was trying to ask
yeah.
you. Then
Yeah.
like I would be offended. Like
Yeah.
you're unsure of our relationship that you don't want to give me a key and it's been 2 years.
Or maybe it's just been so great that they're just scared.
Get out. No.
I'm trying to stay positive.
Hey, we're the single ones
If
here.
they
She
say
has
no,
someone-
that's true. If they say no, then that's not that positive. Like,
Love makes
don't
you
answer in a positive way. Like, anyways, on to our next topic. Have you guys ever been asked for your number and you didn't want to give it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just like give it anyway, and then just like never do anything with it.
Okay, so what do you think is the perfect excuse to not give the number?
I have a boyfriend.
I just encountered this Friday, and I just said, yeah. He asked me for my number, and I just said, I only give it out to people I know better. Because for me, like, I just see like giving me your phone number, me giving it out as just like inviting you into like my contacts and just a strange like deeper connection.
Yeah.
Because it at times like it just doesn't seem like that. But I'm just like when you're faced with it, like, no, I don't know you well enough, but you know my area code now.
True.
Like, okay.
My age at least only do Snapchat. Like I feel like
Yeah,
it's
that's-
never.
Yeah,
been
that's
there.
your age. Like,
I mean, at least when you're talking about
It's our
phones.
age.
no, that was a joke. Anyways, I think I would just simply say no. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't come up with
I
an
just don't wanna,
excuse.
like, deal with
I would
it.
just be yes.
Yeah, you don't want to deal
That's
with
why I just like
fear.
I
give
would
it,
just
and then
be
I'm
like-
like, I'm just probably gonna delete this later, and then block.
I would just be like, well, I don't feel comfortable enough to give you my number, but you can have my Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like, I'll substitute like a social media for it.
I'd be like, like I literally be like,
That's
Which,
a good idea.
which ironic, it can be like social media can be a bit more telling than giving your phone number.
Exactly.
Where I'm just like,
Yeah, no, it
But-
definitely.
congratulations,
But-
I played myself.
But they could call you at any time with your phone number, and they could actually look up your phone number on Google and find out way more information.
You can,
I'm just
I
hang
think
up
Guys,
like
I'm
bye.
so scared.
No.
You never
I
watched
love
Catfish?
catfish.
What?
I mean, I've watched it, but I haven't watched it.
You
in
can
a while.
literally search anybody up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could take a picture from your Instagram, put it into Google, and I'll find everywhere that picture has been. So if you put your picture in there, you can actually find out if somebody else is using your pictures.
I feel like
Bruh.
Snapchat's the safest to give because they don't know
Really?
that.
But they got
much.
location on that, and like
You
you
can
can
take
Yeah,
it
snap
I
out.
don't
off.
like.
Mine's off.
I don't even know if mine's on.
And then they're just like free to send whatever, like
okay. So what would
that.
Block
Could,
'em.
like it can just get like.
Like just block them.
Yeah. You're the girl that would just give out the number like, sorry, bye. And just
I think
block
I would
it.
just say no. I'll be like, actually, like I don't really feel comfortable giving out my number, and I'm trying to sound like a, but I've given out my number plenty of times, and there's been like points where that person gets annoying, and like just texts you and texts you and texts you and texts you, and I'm like, not answering, and then sometimes they don't get the hint. Sometimes people just don't get the hint,
Yeah.
like, and then I block them.
Yeah.
That's when I block them, when they start getting annoying or they just don't get the hint. Like, there's a reason I'm not answering. And they start calling. It's like, what makes you think I'm going to pick up the phone after I didn't text you back?
Right?
I had this one guy, freshman year of high school. We had like assigned seats in study hall, and he was like an upperclassman. He tried to talk to me all the time. I was not having it, right? So he listen. He took my calculator, freaking typed
Oh
his
my
number in it, and
God.
slid it back to me. I'm like,
Ooh.
Delete.
you can't just.
I'll be
force-
like,
force
equal.
me.
I'll be like times 0. Like, and I'll give it back. Oh my God. Okay. Michael, do you want to start us with our next topic and last one?
Do I?
Do you?
All right. How would you react if your ex or like ex-flame tried to reconnect?
This actually has happened to me.
Story time.
Story time, everybody. This actually has happened to me. There's a reason why we didn't work out in the first place. So I've never actually reconnected with somebody because I've never given them the chance, but they have tried. I think there's a reason why it didn't work out, so why would I try it again?
There's a new show on Netflix about this.
What's it called?
I think it's called Back with My Ex.
Oh yeah, I skipped through that one because I don't want to see it.
Yeah, most of the time it didn't work out. So.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What do you guys think?
Or
Or how would you react?
I haven't had like an ex-flame really help me out.
I've only had like.
But yeah, this is like, what if?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if you broke up for the reason of just like you both need like personal
that's
growth,
Right.
and then
Yeah,
you both got
that.
there and they got back together, I feel like that's good.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
depends.
that's
Like we had like that personal growth. Like obviously, like see, I'm very sentimental, and I like, sort of leave things at like a certain time. So if I felt comfortable enough to open that back up, like I feel like it would be rare. But if I could see that you've made that growth, I don't see a problem with it.
See, I have a problem when it comes to that. My heart doesn't like to see change. Like in a person, like it's because it's happened to me. A lot of flames have tried to like get back with me because I've only had one relationship, but I've had plenty of flames. And my heart just doesn't allow or doesn't forget what ended up happening the first time. So, and I'm not putting myself through that struggle. Like there's a reason, even if it's been like 3 years and you completely changed, my heart would never see the change, if that makes sense.
I just saw a post on Instagram like right before we got here, and it was like one of those things, whatever. And it was like, what did it say? It said getting back together with your ex is like rewatching a movie and expecting the ending to change.
Yes, and that's how my heart works. Even if the person like completely changes, like that's how my heart. But I have seen like where people actually get back together like three years later, and they're like get married and everything. I'm like, oh, all right.
Interesting.
I mean, oh, whoa, I totally missed this. Did you guys know that there's a rumor going around that JWoww and Pauly D are messing around?
Say wow.
What? Yeah.
Everything's coming back.
Hurts.
They're
That hurts.
single.
That
They're
hurts.
both single though.
I know, but like
Even
I
Stevens is
ship.
coming back.
Wait, what?
Wait, Jersey came back a long time ago.
No.
Hannah Montana's back.
I shipped
Drinking John.
Roger and JWoww so hard, and now
I
they're like
know,
gone.
and they're like, it was such a huge thing. I forgot to speak about this. Anyways, yes, it was a huge. There was a huge divorce. It was all over social media. It's like very bad divorce. And they were one of my favorite couples on the show. But to hear that Pauly D and JWoww,
They already sort of did like a bit of messing around in the first season.
yeah, but then to like it's been like what 7 years or more, and then bam, again.
That came.
But wouldn't
It's
that
been a
make-
decade because that came
Yeah.
out in 2009.
Cause yeah, damn, we're old. Anyways, if I was Roger, I would feel uncomfortable though, because
Yeah.
Pauly D has been around after the show, obviously, and then what if this whole time like there was actually like a little connection between Pauly D and JWoww?
After seeing Vidi Guadagnino, speak of the pack, I know. They all have like sort of like a family connection. So there must have been, excuse me, there must have been like some like little connection between all of them. But maybe they're finally,
Yeah, with Snooki and Vinny.
yeah.
Oh jeez.
But like I'm
See?
also referring to like JWoww and Polly. It's like of course they have this sort of like familial based like connection, but maybe they see potential in it. It's something more.
Let's see, they're both single. I mean, they're coming out with the new Vinny and Pauly D show.
Yeah, because they were like
which
looking
is
for
like,
love.
Yeah, it's like a new like
Are they?
bachelorette type thing.
It's a double
Bachelors.
shot of love, and they did that with I think Tila Tequila and like the Icky Twins way back in the aughts. Like this is a hieroglyphic to some people, but I remember it.
So, this is it for today, guys. Thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Bye.